For reals? Jeez. You're kidding me. Okay, well, this is a fun way to start an episode. Note to self, don't log out there again. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, come on. There we go. Thank goodness for jump boost. Oh, and here's my minecart. Fantastic. Alright, well today I wanted to show you guys some of the developments of the Nether Hub. In Alamantis' last episode, he kind of peeked at it a little bit. I kind of want to just sort of reveal it. So, over here we've got a whole new design, which is coming along great in my opinion. And as you can see, we still have the little mini map. You can see here's the mushroom island and the witch hut. Over here I've got some mushrooms. So if you guys haven't gotten one yet, you come over here and breed them all, so you'll get 2 fresh ones. And then just take 2 out. In the developments I've done to the Nether Hub, I've taken all the netherrack and I've made everybody's path that I could perfectly safe from ghast. So, for instance, like here's our Stong's path. And you can see here that it's got a ceiling all the way down. And it's got all the sides are perfectly safe, so you won't run into any problems with gas at all. So feel free to come over here and take some mushrooms. Now, as you can see, there's been some developments here. Oh, good, there's no gas this time. All right, let me go ahead and take care of this. My Silk Touch bow. Okay, so let me go ahead and hit F3. You can see now I am facing north. When I look this way, you know that this is the direction towards my base. So what we've got here is a little representation of what my base kind of looks like. So this would be like where my library is and the kind of pathway on top. This right here sort of represents my mob system that I've got kind of hanging around my base. And over here we've got Pecos's base, which I've sort of built the archway he has, and the torches on top sort of symbolize the little towers he's got with the fire on top of them. So that's what that looks like. Oh, whoa, I have to take care of that. Anyway, so over here is my favorite one. This is Alamantis' base. I think this does a really good representation of what his base kind of looks like. And then we've got the mushroom island, which, this sort of represents if you go down the path to Alamantis' base, on the left you're going to run into a witch hut, and on the right you're going to run into a mushroom biome. And by the way, obviously I found this, as you guys know, in my last couple episodes I sort of talked about how to find one. Well, I used that same technique to find it. So over here we've got our Stong's base, and it's kind of difficult to make certain people's bases, especially our Stong's, because of how massive it is. But eventually this is going to be like, he's got like a lava pool right here, which I don't know that I'm going to put that in because it's kind of close to this, but we'll see. And we've got, I don't know, just got some cool stuff going on. And the water has glowstone on the bottom, and that's actually providing all the light this room has. Because if I switch to Moody, pardon me, if I switch to Moody, it's not very easy to see in here. So anyway, as you can imagine, this is the spawn village. And then I've got nether quartz slabs up here, or I guess just quartz slabs, they'd be called, acting as clouds. And I haven't finished the clouds. I'm messing around with the idea. I think it looks pretty nice, so I'm probably going to keep it. And then here you can actually see the light from here is actually, like, the light level barely touches it. I don't know how easy this is going to be seen on YouTube, but you can kind of see the outline of the shape that you're looking at down here. And then here we've got, this would be like, what does he call it? His torch of eternal torchiness. Anyway, so that's kind of what I want to show you here. And it's still sort of under construction and whatnot. Hold on one second, guys. I just got a text from my wife that said, I thought it said I need help, but it said I want pie. So I can handle that a little bit later. Anyway, so let me get out of here real quick and put these back before any gas spawn, because they can spawn just at random. I was here with Jake Woodruff the other day when, if you remember in Alamantis' video, this used to have a ceiling of glass blocks, but I found this to be better because of the fact that we've got like the sky and stuff. I just thought it didn't look as distracting. This sort of terrarium kind of look, I guess. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I kind of preserved the way this looks, and I personally think it looks amazing. I like it, but and I'm realizing now if I lowered those down, I could probably put a torch on top of some of these clouds, but that's kind of unimportant. Anyway, so what we've got here is we've got some shops going on, and these aren't really going to be, at least mine aren't going to really be open for business until 1.5 officially comes out. But here we've got my record shop. Now, T. Calhoun, a couple, maybe even a month ago, I talked about a prank I had planned, and I was going to prank T. Calhoun real good. And the reason for that is because when the hopper duplication glitch came out, one of the things I was working on was the new mob system, like just, building the shell around it, making it look nicer. And a lot of creepers and skeletons got kind of confined together, and I got a lot of records. And then, of course, I didn't realize till later, but the hopper duplication glitch was causing them to duplicate. And I was going to take these and flood T. Calhoun's chest with pretty much useless records. But I decided not to do that because it took forever to transport them from point A to point B, just going through here because they don't stack. So that was a real pain. And it was more of a prank on me in the long run. But you're safe, T. Calhoun. Until next time. Let's see. So I've got my Ender Chest Emporium, which is... I find that Ender Chests are not really hard for me to get, so I might sell them because I can get them pretty easily. I might be able to make a quick buck out of that. Obviously, I'm going to be selling them for emeralds or something. I don't know. Maybe 10 emeralds, maybe 5 emeralds. I don't know. Maybe even 3. The thing is that you want... If people are going to need them, because they don't need a ton of these, but if you're going to need them, you want to make them pay a price that's high enough that... Because once people buy as many as they need, you're not going to see any profit anymore. They're not going to need them for a long time, and the profits will just trickle in later. So I want to make sure that I charge a good amount, but I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, and I think I've got until 1.5 comes out, when all the redstone is hopefully fixed, that I can kind of figure all that stuff out. Anyway, so as you probably figured out... Oh, is there gas in here now? Nope. As you probably figured out, the shops here represent my shops because they are facing the direction of my base. And I've been toying around with the idea that this would be... Like, I'm probably going to move the beacons up into the ceiling and put a... what do you call it? A fountain here. And make this kind of like a shopping square for... my area, like Seiferus's shopping area, and then everybody else on the server, although they might not have this pathway down to it over here, might have their own version sort of strewn about that they could build their own shops. And the way that you'd get to the other shops is you'd come down here, which now this right here has hurt my business here because I have less room. I've got technically 4 blocks less room because you count the walls as well as the stairs. Oh my gosh, guys, come on. Anyway, but it actually helps my business in the idea that when you come down here, you'll be around my shops first. You'll see them first, or even last when you exit here. Because the idea is that, and I sort of built up using sandstone sort of pieces. I sort of built up what Mantises Base, or his shops. I'm building them into what I've got over here. Except that I'm just using sandstone. And what this is sort of for is it's kind of like a blank slate. Like if you wanted to mimic what I did, you could. Using your own blocks or using the same pattern if you want. Go ahead and copy. I don't care. But if you want to make this into 3 shops or 1 huge shop, you're perfectly fine too. And then, there's upstairs here. And I noticed some lava here. Oh, you know what? Actually, come to think of it. That was weird. I got sucked into that wall for a second. And then, of course, sorry, these diagonal ones would be like, this is where Pecos would go in. And I've got some plans so that this isn't such a pain in the butt for people who are in the diagonal. That I think it'll give me one extra shop, and then their shops will be sort of inset in here into that end corner, so it'll be a little bit more squared off, and they might be able to have a much. They might even have more shops in the end. So I'll maybe get one more out of this on this side, and then one more on the other side where the iron farm currently is, because there's nobody's base over there yet. And over here we'll have another shop for Elementis, possibly on this side, as well as over there where Jake Woodruff's will be. And I think you guys can figure that out. Anyway, you can kind of see there's these staircases here too. So that would maybe lead to maybe Elementis's shopping center up there. If he's got more shops, or if maybe he has a storage room or something he wants to put up there, whatever's fine. This is just kind of where things are sort of developing on the fly. So, but I wanted to kind of talk about something. Elementis has got and actually everybody except for me sort of has this. Just I guess Elementis, T. Calhoun, and R. Strong, because Inverted Shadow doesn't have a path that goes straight here yet. Neither does Jake or Pecos. But particularly, I was thinking about Elementis due to the fact that he's got this doorway here. There is lava here. Actually, this is kind of cool because I can kind of show you a technique I've come up with for how to get rid of lava. Let's see. Yeah, see how it's trailing down there? You can kind of do this. You can take the lava, and then as you can see, it sort of lingers here. So what you can do is you can just place it and pick it back up, and you can kind of get rid of this trail here. This is a little bit trickier, but there you go. So it's just as easy as that to get rid of this lingering lava, because I know that's a huge pain. At least it's a huge pain for me. And eventually you're going to get to a point where it's going to start flowing back when you do that. So, but that's only when it's got more room. Like if I was just trying to get rid of that trail right here, so I could, let's say, dig down here, and Elementis will be the one to figure this out. But you can make a path down here to kind of figure out what you're doing. And eventually that lava down here will just despawn because there's nothing sourcing it. But probably by the time the next player gets on, because I'll probably spend a lot of time at the hub here. Anyway, so that's basically all I want to show you. Actually, you know what? I've got something I want to show you back at my base, come to think of it. So we are going to take a little bit of a shortcut going through the end, and I will see you guys when I get there. Okay, so here we are. We're back at my base. What I want to show you is something I've been working on. Let's make it daytime. If it is night, nope. So one of the things I wanted to kind of show you, actually, let me get this out of my inventory so I don't accidentally light my base on fire, was you guys might remember that I've got this little thing up here where I've got my villagers. Well, I added a roof to it. Did some cool things. I think it looks pretty cool. Let's look at this in moody brightness. I just want to see it. Wow, did that change at all? That was my field of vision. No, it wasn't my brightness. Okay. Anyway, so that I think it looks pretty cool, having these melons and jack-o'-lanterns in here to kind of light it up more. I guess it's just that light that you won't see it. Anyway, and then I'm working on a little bit the top here. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm kind of planning it out. It's looking pretty good, I think. So anyway, that's basically all I want to show you guys here. If we want to take a quick look at these maps, you can kind of see there's spawn, how it's changed a bit. I don't think Elementis has changed at all, nor has Inverted Shadow. Here I put a map here for Jake. Here, that little orange. Wow, that gray dot here, that gray cube is where his base is at the moment. Just a little hole in the ground kind of thing. There's Pecos, R. Strong. And of course there's me, so you can kind of see how that's changed a little bit. And there's T. Calhoun, and we're gonna need probably get a new one for him because he's got a new base, but we'll get to that another day. Anyway, there's one more thing I kind of want to show you guys, but it's not in the server, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop out and show you. Okay, so a couple days ago on Reddit, I was talking to somebody about doing toggleable fireplaces, and they were talking about making it so you could take some new block from the Nether and power it with redstone and have it light on fire, and then when it's not powered, the fire goes out. But I have personally, I don't really want to do that. But I think this idea is pretty cool to be able to toggle fireplace. So right now what we've got is we've got a downward facing dispenser that has flint and steel in it. And I've just got cobblestone here. Now, the reason for me using cobblestone is because in real life, a fire, if it's not a gas fire, will just go out eventually. So that's why I did that. But if you wanted to do this in a way where you'd have, let's say, you wanted to use netherrack, you easily could. It's not a big deal. But if you wanted to light up your fireplace simply to have the room be lit with it, if you wanted to use that as your method of stopping mobs from spawning, you probably wouldn't want to be able to turn it off, and easily turn it off. All you've honestly got to do is click it. Oh, I'm in creative mode. Whoops. All right, so let me go ahead and put that back and show you how this works. So let's see if I can stand here. If I right click on this guy, it'll light the fire. And then if I right click on it again, it'll put out the fire. So it's pretty simple. What it's doing is when I push the button, it is lighting, or it'll power the dispenser right here, which will light the fire. And then it'll also go down and activate this T flip-flop. And what this does, and this seems kind of redundant to do it this way, because I could have easily just put this here like that. But it's actually, and maybe that'll work too. I don't think so though. Actually, it looks like that would have worked. Let's see. The reason that this was originally done this way is because if you see here underneath, there's actually a redstone torch, so it'll power it on and off real quick. So let's go actually see if this works, because that might be much easier. So you turn it on. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Cool. Anyway, so that's basically what I just want to show you guys. Something cool you can kind of do with without needing a new block. It's not, you could have made this smaller, I'm sure. I was just working quick because the idea came up in a conversation, and I thought, it can't be that hard. So anyway, I just want to show you guys that, and I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. All right, take it easy. You know what, guys? I almost forgot to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. As you guys are probably aware from looking at the clock, I'm recording this on February 13th, which is a Wednesday, and tomorrow's Valentine's Day. And if you're as lucky as I am, then your wife decided that the best way to spend Valentine's Day was to watch all 5 Die Hard movies. So I hope you have as amazing a Valentine's Day as I'm certainly going to have. It's actually very special to me because I was born in November of 1988, and Die Hard is my favorite movie, and I attribute that to the fact that my mom saw Die Hard while she was pregnant with me. And as you guys know, my wife is currently pregnant with my first child, and I just think it's really cool to be able to see all the films while she's pregnant with him and sort of have that in common. Anyway, and if you think that it's impossible for my mom to have seen Die Hard while she's pregnant with me because Die Hard is a Christmas movie and I was born the same year as it in November, well, actually the first Die Hard came out in like July or something, so it's actually not, it was not released in December, even though when you watch it now you'd think that there's no way it couldn't have been. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy Valentine's Day, and I'll talk to you next time. See ya.